Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the online classes. Today we will discuss the new topic which is named damping. Already we studied about the oscillatory motion, simple harmonic motion, vibration, amplitude, displacement, time period, these all. In this topic, we will study about the phenomena. The phenomena in which the amplitude of vibrating body, oscillating body, the phenomena in which the amplitude of oscillating body is gradually decreases with the passage of time is called damping. A is shown in figure. What this figure show that the amplitude initially was maximum, and with the passage of time, this is time, this is amplitude. With the passage of time, the amplitude is gradually decreases, and finally the oscillating body become rest. This phenomena in which this decreasing of amplitude take place is called damping. It is because of resistance, resistive force, and this resistive force can be obtained by gravitational force, air resistance force, I mean to say opposite wind force. These all are the factors of damping. So what is the advantage? What is the practical application of this damping? This phenomena is very useful in shock absorbers of the vehicles. Already you better know about the shock absorbers of vehicles in the cars, in the bikes. These shock absorbers are working on this principle, on the damping, because there is spring and the elasticity of the spring compel the situation which can produce this damping. So as a result, we observe a comfortable a smooth journey, and there is no difficulty in the, you can say, the motion in the cars, in the driving, etc. Our next topic is the nature of waves and their types. First of all, what are waves? The question here is, what are waves? Waves are the disturbance of the particles of medium waves are the disturbance of the particle of medium. Another definition is, waves are energy carriers. What did it mean? That when waves are produced, they are be able to bring a piece of any material from one place to another place. Suppose water waves. You observe that in water waves we can see a leaf, a piece of paper. It can move from one point to another point. So that is because of the waves, because waves are energy carriers. So this piece of paper is transferred from A point to B point. This shifting of piece of paper from one place to another place, it is because of the wave. Now, types of waves. There are two types. Of waves. Number one, mechanical waves. Number two, electromagnetic waves. So we can distribute the waves which are energy carriers. You can say it can be divided into two patterns. One is mechanical wave and other is electromagnetic waves. Now separately explain mechanical waves. the form of waves which can produce by the disturbance of particles of medium is called mechanical waves. For example, water waves, wind waves, sound waves, etc. These all form of waves require medium. There must be the material medium involved. For example, water waves can be generated by the water molecules. Similarly, wind waves, it can be generated by the air molecules. Similarly, sound waves, it is also produced by the material medium. I mean to say any material medium like air molecules, solid molecule, water molecule, liquid molecules, वगैरह. If there is no material medium, no mechanical waves can be produced. So you just keep in mind that a necessary factor for the mechanical waves are medium. Similarly, number 2, electromagnetic waves. These are only the waves pattern which are not required material medium. It means that all the waves are not in the same behavior. That is, some waves require material medium, some waves not require material medium. So those waves which not require any material medium are called electromagnetic waves. So these waves can be generated by electrical and magnetic effects, which are perpendicular to each other. Which are perpendicular to each other. That is, suppose there is a wave which is electromagnetic, so there will be electrical effects and magnetic effects. These two effects will be perpendicular to each other. So they make 90 degrees with each other. Perpendicular, when we call perpendicular to each other, it means that these two patterns are perpendicular to each other in the similar pattern of wave at the same time, simultaneously. So the wave is generated and the wave is moving in the forward direction. But in this case, the two pattern which is causing electromagnetic waves, one is electrical and other is magnetic, these two disturbances are perpendicular to each other. So in this case, no material medium is required. No material medium is required for electromagnetic waves. For example, sunlight, radio waves, mobile waves, any telecommunication waves, these all are electromagnetic waves. Yani your mobile is working, you are using your mobile, it is because of electromagnetic waves. You are using electric oven, there is electromagnetic waves which is causing heat, which produce heat to your material which is inside of the oven, electric oven. Similarly, your torch, your bulb light, your torch light, sunlight, stars light, these all are electromagnetic in nature. So they require no medium. And the big example is in the universe around the earth there is medium, but between the sun and the earth, between the moon and the earth, between the stars and the earth, there is no material medium. But instead of that, the light is reaching towards your eyes. It means the light is reaching towards the surface on the earth. It is a big evidence that there is no material medium in the space, no air, no other, you can say, molecule which causes the support for as a medium. There is nothing inside the space, but we are obtaining the electric light, the sunlight, the stars light on the surface of earth. So electromagnetic waves, these are the form of waves which can be generated and which can be transferred from one point to another point without any material medium. Now we can distinguish also waves in two other phenomena. There are also another observation of difference there are also another observations of difference in waves pattern. Number one, transverse waves. Number two, longitudinal waves. We already discussed that there are two types of waves. One are mechanical waves and other are electromagnetic waves. It is another observation of the difference in the waves pattern. Number one, transverse waves. Number two, longitudinal waves. So now we explain separately these two different patterns. Transverse waves. Those waves in which the disturbing agents vibrate perpendicularly to the direction of wave propagation. Those waves in which the disturbing agents, that is molecules you can say, or the particles of the medium, it vibrates perpendicularly to the direction of wave propagation, or you can say wave motion, is shown represent transverse waves. Is shown in figure. This is wave, and the particles of medium are vibrating perpendicularly to the direction of motion. This is direction of motion, direction of propagation. Direction of wave propagation. Wave propagation and wave motion has no difference. Both are represent the same idea, but propagation is the required word for the waves motion. And if we say waves are moving, so it is not very accurate. Waves are propagating, it is the particular way of expression. So anywhere when you say waves are moving, so you must keep in mind that waves are propagating. This is the fit and appropriate word for the wave motion. In this case, these particles, which I express by these arrows, double head arrows, these double head arrows vibrate, shows the vibration which is perpendicular to the direction of motion. So when this type of disturbance of the particle take place, which making perpendicular 90 degree with the direction of wave motion, wave propagation, so these types of waves are called transverse waves. What are the examples? Examples: water waves, wave produced in a string, in a string. Also, electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves mean sunlight, any light. Your mobile radios, your mobile waves, radio waves, telecommunication waves, these all are transverse waves. They belong to transverse waves. So you must keep in mind water waves. Everybody understands that water waves produce in such a way that it has transverse behavior. Similarly, wave produced in a string, it is also in transverse pattern. And electromagnetic waves, these all are electromagnetic waves, are transverse in nature. It is experimentally proved. Now the second one is, what is? Longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves, those waves in which the disturbance of the particles of medium is parallel to the direction of wave propagation, that is wave motion, represent longitudinal waves. As shown in figure. These double head arrows shows the disturbance of the particle of medium, and this arrow shows direction of wave propagation. Mean waves is moving in such a direction and the particles are vibrating parallel to the direction of wave motion. In the previous one it was perpendicular and here it is parallel. So this type of waves represent longitudinal waves. For example, sound waves. Sound waves. Motion of earthworm. Motion of earthworm. The motion of the coaches of train. Coaches of train. Coaches of train also move in such a direction. It is just vibrating parallel to direction of wave motion. So it is also shows longitudinal waves. Motion of the tanga. When a horse connect with the coach and it construct a tanga, this tanga, when it move with the help of horse, so it is just like vibrating in such a fashion, like parallel to the direction of motion. So these are the examples of longitudinal waves. Longitudinal waves also expressed compressional waves. It is also represent compressional waves. Compressional waves. Compressional waves represent the longitudinal waves. So, I think there is nothing extra in this case. You should keep in mind the nature of waves and the types. There are two types mainly: mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves. Mechanical waves require medium, electromagnetic waves not require medium. And then waves are also distributed into two patterns. One was transverse and other is longitudinal waves. So I think you betterly understand these three topics, and very necessary to keep in mind the different patterns of waves. Originally, if you want to understand waves, what are waves? Waves are very important. Waves play a very important role in our life. We are speaking, we produce our ideas from one person to another person with the help of sound. These are because of waves. These are the waves which operate the turbines. These are the waves which operate the windmills. These are the waves which produce damages in the form of earthquake. When earthquake comes and we see the damages, we see the destruction in the form of the, you can say, the collapse of the buildings. These are because of the waves. So waves play a very important role. Even telepathy, it is because of the waves. Hypnotism, it is because of the waves. So waves play a very important role in our life. So you must keep in mind, basically, you should keep in mind that waves are energy carriers. It is a source of energy transmission, energy transfer from one